Welcome, my followers, my guests from every realm, familiar spirits, and all forest-dwelling creatures of the dark. Welcome, everyone, on this starlit night, as we gaze up at the night sky, for together we shall expose its every wonder and secret. Oh, my captive audience, oh, the magic to be seen. Welcome to Touring Our Solar System. When you look up at the night sky, you will see millions upon millions of stars. Stars of every composition, temperament, and dimensionality. And, just like snowflakes, no two are ever alike. The nearest star outside our solar system is Proxima Centauri at only 192,800 miles away. Our solar system is teeming with planets, asteroids, vast unknown alien structures, and many other exciting objects. It consists of all the planets that orbit our Sun, such as Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Nibiru. The Sun is actually a star, and oh so close to the Earth, at only about 18,000 kilometers away. It is the central point around which all of the planets in our solar system travel. The planets feed off of its ethereal energy. We refer to our solar system star as Sun 37b, with 37a, of course, being its twin, located over 40 million miles beyond the Oort cloud. For centuries, people believed that it was the Sun which revolved around the Earth, and we would still believe so today had it not been for physicist James Prescott Joule, who, in 1823, proved by viewing the Sun through the then newly invented electroscope that Earth indeed revolves around both suns. Unfortunately, this knowledge would soon thereafter slip out of both the zeitgeist and collective consciousness of mankind, only to be later rediscovered by astronomer and phrenologist Franz Joseph Gall in 1828 during a period of renaissance and renewed interest in astronomy that the media of the time dubbed the times of the sky gods. Our Sun is essential to all life on this planet, partially due to its expulsion of argon and cesium during its daily coronal mass ejections that shower our planet with these life-sustaining elements. As most of us learned in grade school, the Sun is personified by the gods Apollo and Helios, both born of the proto-god Nalathulius. These two brothers fought each other for the right to marry the goddess of the ether, Placidiana, who was eternally stimulated by the sight of Titans battling for her hand in marriage. Unbeknownst to the brothers, Placidiana placed a curse on them both to actually fear their ally, the god of lava and stones, Heracles, causing the brothers to join forces and attack him with a divine weapon called the Iron of the Pleiades. Placidiana soon grew tired of watching the battle and sought to bear the godchildren of the Owls of Desolation, who ruled the sky above Hades. And this, of course, is where we get the words sundial and solar year. The nearest planet to our Sun is Mercury, the second smallest planet in our solar system, at only about 1/20th the size of the Earth. Mercury travels very quickly around the Sun, taking only 8.8 Earth days to make a complete revolution. But the planet rotates very slowly, taking 59 Earth years to make a complete rotation on its axis. Therefore, days and nights on Mercury are very long indeed. The personification of Mercury is the Greek god Hermes, the most easily aroused of the gods. Hermes was the enemy of Zeus and was cast out of Olympus for impregnating Alcmene, Antiope, Callisto, Europa, and Lamia several times, all before Zeus. This betrayal angered Zeus so much that he imprisoned Hermes in a giant cave built of goat skulls to prevent him from impregnating Danae. However, the clever Hermes turned himself into a Himalayan snowcock and escaped. Hermes pleaded with King Acrisius to allow him to deflower his daughter before Zeus could, explaining that the king's grandchild will rule an army of half women, half snakes, which will ooze a venom that would grant Acrisius eternal life. This pleased Acrisius so, and he welcomed Hermes into his daughter Danae's bedroom, where of course Danae begot Perseus, the winged phallus god. Our next planet is Venus, which is Earth's closest planetary neighbor. Venus is thickly shrouded in white stratus clouds and has a hydrologic cycle which is very similar to Earth's. The median temperature on the planet is 25 degrees Celsius. Venus has a breathable atmosphere with slightly more oxygen than that of Earth. Venus was discovered in 1928 by occultist and prominent astronomer Aleister Crowley. Many other astronomers doubted the discovery, as the idea of a new planet was deemed too satanic at the time. However, after careful mathematical confirmations were made by Vatican scientists, the discovery was made official, and Crowley went on to become a well-respected scientist and philosopher. In Greek mythology, Venus is represented by Aphrodite, known as the whore of the gods. Aphrodite was known to trick the other gods of Olympus into bringing her golden eggs and shining sapphires, which she would then use to bribe the men of Earth into building statues of dragon men, which were meant to mock Zeus. In retribution, Zeus forbade men on Earth from possessing dragons, and this is why dogs were primarily chosen as companion animals throughout history. The next planet from the Sun is, of course, Earth. The planet which, for now, we call our home. It travels through space at the amazing speed of about 570 million kilometers per hour and has a circumference of 190,000 miles. How long does it take Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis? Science has yet to find that answer. We do know that it takes Earth between 22 and 28 hours to make a complete rotation on its axis. The Earth was originally a flat plain, which billions of years ago began to expand due to the swelling of the limestone and shale within its crust, and this is how it became the globe which it remains as today. Earth has a serpentine orbit which causes the seasons and ignites the various volcanic eruptions we see on a daily basis. Earth is enveloped by a 180-mile thick protective water barrier called the Upper Hydrospheric Dome, which was only recently discovered in the 1700s when Chinese astrologers noticed errors in the precessions of the constellations that could only be explained by a global encasement of water. Earth's atmosphere changes almost completely every 44,000 years and is currently made up of oxygen, nitrogen, and naphthalene. Earth's cosmic biological number is 3.1. Earth is currently guarded by the Nordic aliens. The Moon, Earth's only natural satellite, is truly anything but natural. Brought into tidally locked synchronous rotation and hollowed out about 15,000 years ago by the inhabitants of Nibiru as an observation post from which to view and nurture the evolution of mankind. After the eventual enslavement of Earth is complete, our moon's orbit will decay and it will bloat in size and consume us all. Several countries have attempted to launch rockets to reach the moon. However, none have ever returned. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun. Its atmosphere is almost completely gaseous morphine. Mars orbits the Sun every 3.4 hours, which causes gigantic windstorms to race around the planet's surface. Its red color, an optical illusion caused by the limitations of our eyes to see beyond the ultraviolet spectrum. Mars is home to thousands of ancient ruins, ranging from castles to small stone circles, many samples of which have been brought back to Earth to be studied. In ancient Greek mythology, Mars was represented by the god Ares, soldier of the gods. Ares was tasked with protecting the mythic realms from Poseidon and his army of serpent sharks, but after being seduced by Aphrodite and her golden eggs, he decided to build a monument dedicated to his love for her, a glimmering tower 4 miles high and encrusted with the skulls of the serpent sharks which he killed during those many battles. Ares' loyal steeds, Deimos and Phobos, sought revenge on Poseidon for his arrogance and devoured the entirety of Poseidon's beloved lizard hawks, causing hatred and jealousy among the other gods. This monument can still be seen on Mars' surface with just a small telescope. Jupiter, the first of the 2 large gas giants, with a diameter of 890,900 stadions. Jupiter, in mythology, was the king of the Olympian gods who led the Battle of Titanomachy, which was triggered by the jealous and inferior Uranus, ruler of the Titans. Uranus provoked the war by imprisoning all of Jupiter's lovers in a deep valley guarded by winged boars. Unbeknownst to Jupiter, the children of Hyperion consumed a potion of honey and unicorn blood and thus became engorged and gained the ability of invisible flight, thereby defeating the Olympians by drowning them in the celestial rivers, which of course allowed their god spirits to become the various nebula you see in the sky even today. The Iliad describes how the Titans ended the battle victorious and feasted upon the Olympians' bloated carrions and regurgitated the effluent onto Cronus' garden of mandrake. This caused a multitude of nymphs to sprout up and seduce the Titans into splitting the world up between the Titans, the elves, and the water sprites. Saturn, our second gas giant. Famous for its golden rings which appear and disappear during Mercury's retrogrades, Saturn was an elusive planet for many millennia despite its large size, due to the fact that it is usually hidden behind Jupiter, only appearing for 4 out of every 12 cycles around the Sun. Many probes have been sent to Saturn and have successfully returned with rich and varied samples of its gaseous atmosphere. The planet Saturn is personified by the Roman god also known as Saturn. The festival of Saturnalia is celebrated on December 17th in his honor around the world and dates back thousands of years to pre-Aegean Europe, with some years eclipsing the popularity of Christmas. During the festival, bonfires reaching 15 to 25 feet high are lit throughout the land. Revelers are tasked with mating with as many people as possible while wearing a traditional stole fashioned from the viscera of wild rabbits called a cunephalos. For 5 days, revelers indulge, fornicate, and devour an endless feast of fatted lamb and drink steaming vats of an opium and mushroom-infused honey wine called the Tears of Saturnus. This is where the oft-used phrase, "drinking my tears," originated. The climax of the festival begins when the sun is at its highest point on the 5th day, when packs of rabid, half-starved wolves and lions are released unto the area's residents, who, in preparation, douse themselves in a ritual meat broth and then attempt to outrun the animals. The wolves and lions are meant to be symbolic of Saturn's love and caring for his followers. Spain's running of the bulls can trace its creation back to this festival. Interestingly, if you point your finger toward Polaris during the months of March, July, or December, and look to your immediate left, you will always see Saturn above the horizon. Uranus, a planet totally made of ice. The planet Uranus actually has a sideways spin, which is a strange effect of causing temporary vertigo to anyone who views it through a telescope. One of the 2 ice giants, Uranus was worshipped as early as 5000 BC by the early Iron Age Germanic cultures in what is now Scandinavia. Orbited by 27 moons, the number of which increases by 1 each 1,200-year cycle. Uranus's bluish hue is caused by the high levels of lithium in its surface ice, which refracts off of the atmosphere's gaseous arsenic. In mythology, the Greek god Uranus was the victim of sissification by the jealous and brutal Kronos, transforming Uranus into a beautiful gelding pony who pranced across the sky, showing off his velvety rainbow mane and tail. This resulted in nightly darkness enveloping the Earth from nightfall until sunrise, which we still experience today. Neptune. The first planet discovered indirectly using phrenology and the relatively recently invented mathematics of geometry. Elusive because, of course, Neptune is invisible to the naked eye, casting a strangely staggered orbit due to the pull from Nibiru. Neptune is one of the most completely analysed planets in our solar system. The planet is represented by the dual personality god Neptune and Poseidon. The two gods became intertwined while running a race to impress Zeus, with the winner to gain control over the oceans of Earth. The challenge was a foot race around the rings of Saturn, while at the same time being hunted by lindworms and quail doves. Unknown to Neptune, Poseidon bribed one of the lindworms into biting Neptune's leg. This allowed Poseidon to win the race and conquer Earth's oceans. Because of this, the quail doves were cursed into having to fly with only one wing, which is where we get the Stevie Nicks song. And according to myth, the lindworm bite is also the reason for Neptune's staggered orbit. Pluto, our ninth and most valuable planet, as it is 98.1% solid gold. Discovered in 1930 by astronomer Clyde Tombaugh, the news of its discovery shocked both the astronomical and financial worlds, with Tombaugh promising to send rockets carrying chained harpoons the size of the Statue of Liberty to bring the planet into a low Earth orbit so that its precious gold could be mined. The astronomer further promised that every American man would be given a chunk of gold the size of a single family home. When mathematicians soon found errors in Tombaugh's calculations and determined that this would be impossible, he was called before a congressional subcommittee where he threw himself upon their mercy, claiming with great sadness that he suffered from the dropsy. Unmoved by his remorse and contrition, he was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. However, as he was being transferred from the local DC jail to the Collins Street prison, a mob of 1,000 men converged upon the police convoy transporting him and attacked. Violently pulling Mr. Tombaugh out of the vehicle he was riding in and dragging him to the middle of a nearby Little League field where he was consumed by the vengeful crowd. That same Little League field was renamed Tombaugh Field in his honor some 70 years later. Nibiru, our 10th and final planet. Known throughout the ages, but only recently rediscovered as it has an 8,000-year orbit around our Sun. This rediscovery was triggered by interstellar radio signals detected in 1995. These signals were decoded by the Microwave and Millimeter Wave Observatory at the Amundsen-Scott South Pole Station, using the then newly discovered Mayan calendar, and reached the conclusion that planet Nibiru, sometimes referred to as Planet X, will re-enter our solar system within the next 1,000 to 2,000 years. Because of this discovery, calendars, star charts, and elementary school textbooks have been updated and reprinted to reflect the stunning news. This concludes our journey through the solar system. And remember, anyone can look up, but only you can see the night sky. Astrologers base their prophecies and commentary on the Zodiac, a celestial belt of star-to-star paths which are arrayed across the night sky and are divided into 13 constellations or signs. Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, symbolizes desperation and sadness, even when things are going well. Individuals born under this sign exhibit indecisiveness, cowardice, and are exceptionally lethargic when tasked with manual labor such as helping a friend move. Taurus, the second sign, is associated with selfishness and grandiosity. Taurus individuals are known for being catty and sleazy. For instance, someone you would meet at a bar late at night who wants to fight and then mate. Gemini, the third sign, signifies an eagerness to quit tasks. Geminis are pessimistic and withdrawn, often choosing to remain unemployed as if no job will suit them. Cancer, the fourth sign, embodies sensitivity to moving air, sympathy for criminal behavior, and a callous disregard for the safety of others. Cancers are usually found living in groups of 5. Leo, the fifth sign, represents a lack of creativity, irrationality, and sociopathic abilities. Leos are overconfident and often volunteer for tasks that have already been completed. Virgo, the sixth sign, signifies basic cooking skills, derision, and apathy. Virgos are prone to walk with a spring in their step, are usually colorblind, and are thorough in their approach to stalking. Libra, the seventh sign, embodies geocentrism and hypernihilism. Libras are typically insufferable and can occasionally lose their ability to tell fantasy from reality when discussing cosmology. Libras should not own a cat. Scorpio, the 8th sign, represents narcissism and emotional vampirism. Scorpios have tunnel vision and are reliable partners until they reach the 3-month point in any romantic relationship. Sagittarius, the 9th sign, symbolizes all things lazy and comfortable. Sagittarians are known for being at ease relaxing while others ridicule them. Sagittarians prefer loose-fitting clothing and often willingly join cults. Capricorn, the 10th sign, represents the art of erotic dance. Capricorns are often duplicitous and unreliable and are prone to spontaneous bouts of Satanism. Aquarius, the 11th sign, embodies animosity towards basic hygiene and the laws of physics. Aquarians are usually prone to paranoid neuroses centered around choosing which clothes to wear. Pisces, the 12th sign, symbolizes nothing. Pisces individuals lead empty lives and are typically petty and remorseless. Interestingly, Pisces individuals do not qualify for life insurance. Lucifer, the 13th and final sign, symbolizes freedom and individualism. Luciferians are usually attractive, fit, feel more comfortable at night, and are of generally higher intellect than the general population. Scores of prominent, wealthy, and successful people throughout history have based their biggest and most consequential decisions upon interpretations from the Zodiac. And now you can too. Please enjoy the next part of our program, a guided meditation led by Sally Sharp-Paulsen.
Namaste. Let's take a deep breath. In through your nose and out of your mouth. Get comfortable. You may lie down or sit, whichever is the easiest for you. Remember, this is about you. This is your time. Close your eyes and get ready to be amazed. Start relaxing your body from head to toe. Release and relax every muscle in your body. Concentrate on your heart. Your heart is the receiver of most of the stress you endure in this life. Let's help your heart release it. Focus on your heart rate, whatever it might be now. Let's bring it down, way down. We want to get your body to a state of eukaryotic stillness, a point at which your body is so relaxed, so at ease, that every cell in your body begins to take a well-deserved nap. Use your inner monologue to speak to the cells in your body. Sleep. Come to a pause. Just be. Just be. Relax your mind, the chaos headquarters of your body. Slowly, methodically, I want you to think about every bad decision you have ever made in your life. Drag them all up to the surface, then allow them to dissolve away. Take all your feelings of worthlessness and inadequacy that have built up and allow them to well up to the surface. Release them. Let them float away. All these negative thoughts are slowly killing you. Get that heart rate low. Bring it down. Bring it down more. Release everything in your mind and body. Leave only love. Now, imagine you are floating above a sunny, warm sky, floating like a leaf with no direction, no effort, no purpose, no problems. Just exist. That's all you have to do. Just exist. Now take a deep breath and imagine your body vibrating with a high-frequency hum. Every inch of your body buzzing, not with stress or worry, but vibrating your very presence and essence apart. Get that heart rate low, lower, lower, lower. We want you to get it down to 27 beats per minute. The number 27 is holy in Vedic lunar astrology. Flood your brain with thoughts of delta waves and feel the deltas spinning through your body, slowing everything down to eukaryotic stillness. Slow the blood flow now. Feel it slow down. Good. Doesn't that feel calming? Now, leave your body. Leave your body. Leave your body. You are now a floating, carefree particle of compassion. You have no self, only love. Leave your body behind. Leave your body behind. Be only love. Be only compassion. Fly. 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 It's time to awaken, to reconnect with your earthly body and complete this moment of meditation. Start by waking up your fingers one at a time. Each toe, each muscle. Allow yourself to wake up naturally. Let's get that heart rate back up. Bring it up. Now. 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 Open your eyes and sit or lay quietly for a few moments while your spirit returns to your body. When you are fully awake and present, you may rejoin humanity, a more perfect earthly spirit. Namaste.